The screen illuminates a face you have not seen in months, maybe years, maybe only in the corridors of dreams you refuse to admit having. But the light from that rectangle cuts through the dark of their bedroom at 2:17 in the morning with the surgical precision of a cosmic summons. Their thumb moves before their brain gives permission. A scroll, a pause, a photo of you. And then it happens. The shiver, not a metaphor, not a poetic flourish. A physical, violent, uncontrollable spasm that starts at the occipital bone and drives downward like a spike through the entire nervous system. Their teeth chatter. Their breath hitches. The phone slips in a palm suddenly slick with the cold sweat of recognition. They are shivering, Virgo, shivering at the sight of your face, and the face they are looking at is not even trying to impress them. It is simply yours, simply alive, simply radiant with a frequency they told themselves did not exist when they had the audacity to evaluate your worth. Look who it is. You know exactly who it is. You do not need me to spell the name. Your body has already felt the disturbance in the field, that unexplained waking at 2:17 a.m., that sudden chill while you were standing in a perfectly warm room, that sensation of being observed by an eye that was not in the room with you. That was them. That was the moment their consciousness collided with your image and their system short-circuited under the load of what they were seeing. They have been avoiding your digital presence for weeks, months. They blocked and unblocked you so many times the algorithm is confused. They told their friends they were over it, over you. That chapter was closed. The book was burned. The memory was filed under mistakes I learned from, and they had supposedly moved on to bigger, better, more suitable, more manageable, less demanding, less intense, less everything. They lied. The lie was a dam, and your photo just cracked the foundation. They did not expect the photo to destroy them. That is the cosmic comedy of it. They were bored. They were scrolling through the graveyard of their own making, looking for distraction, looking for evidence that their life had improved since they removed you from it. They were looking for proof that they had won the breakup, the separation, the discard, the ghosting, the betrayal, whatever specific flavor of departure they authored in your story. They were looking for validation, and the universe, in its infinite and often brutal sense of humor, served them your face. Not a throwback, not a nostalgic memory, a recent capture. You in your current form, you in the aftermath of their absence, you in the era of your own becoming. And the person looking back at them from that screen is unrecognizable to the narrative they sold themselves about who you were. You are not broken, you are not bitter, you are not pining, you are not the wilted flower they left on the windowsill assuming you would die without their water. You are a forest fire contained in human skin. You are a glacier that has decided to move. You are the exact opposite of everything they predicted you would become without them. And the shiver that just rattled their skeleton is the body's honest response to a truth their ego refuses to accept. They made the worst miscalculation of their entire existence when they decided you were expendable. Let me tell you what they see in that photo, because it is not just your face. They see the background first, the environment that surrounds you. It is not the cramped, dim, anxious space they remember you occupying. It is expansive. It is light-drenched. It is ordered and beautiful in the specific way that only a Virgo can order beauty, not through excess, but through intention. Every object in the frame has been placed with purpose. Every angle suggests a life that has been curated by someone who knows their own worth. and you in the center of it are not posing. You are not performing the I am doing great without you routine that wounded people post for their exes to see. You are simply existing, simply present, simply glowing with a light that does not require their validation to burn. That is what is making them shiver. The light, the undeniable, unbought, unperformed, self-generated illumination of a soul that has remembered its own name. Their thumb hovers over the screen. They want to zoom in. They want to inspect the details. They want to find a crack, a sign that you are faking it. A shadow under the eye that suggests sleepless nights spent crying over them. A forced quality to the smile. A desperation in the posture. Anything that would allow them to exhale and say, she is not really happy. She is just pretending. She still misses me. She is waiting for me to come back. But there is no crack, Virgo. There is no shadow that belongs to them. There is no performance. There is only the devastating authenticity of a person who has metabolized their pain into power and no longer carries the weight of their absence. And the absence of that weight shows in your shoulders. It shows in your jaw. It shows in the way your eyes focus on something beyond the camera, something in your actual life, something that has nothing to do with them and everything to do with the future you are building. The shiver comes again, harder this time. They set the phone down on the nightstand, but the image is seared onto the retina. They close their eyes and see you anyway. They pull the blanket up, but the cold is not in the room. The cold is in their blood. It is the refrigeration of karma. It is the body temperature dropping in the presence of a ghost that is not haunting you. It is haunting them. The ghost of what they destroyed, the ghost of the life they could have had, the ghost of your love, which was warm and constant and life-giving, now returned to them as a frozen specter that will not let them sleep. They reach for water. Their hand is shaking. They tell themselves it is the caffeine. It is the late hour. It is the stress of work. It is anything other than the fact that a photograph of a person they told themselves they were over has just induced a physiological reaction so intense it feels like the onset of illness. But it is not illness, Virgo. It is diagnosis. Their soul is diagnosing the terminal condition of their own regret. And the shiver is the first symptom. Who is this person? You know them. They are the one who looked at your love and called it clingy. They are the one who looked at your standards and called them impossible. They are the one who looked at your loyalty and treated it like a leash they were desperate to chew through. They are the one who walked away not because you were insufficient, but because your sufficiency made them feel insufficient in comparison. They are the one who needed to believe you were less so that they could feel like more. They are the one who told everyone that you were too much work, too intense, too analytical, too critical, too Virgo, as if your precision was a flaw and your care was a burden. They are the one who replaced you with someone easier, someone quieter, someone who asks for less, who demands less, who shines less, who threatens their ego less. And they have been telling themselves that the replacement was an upgrade, that the silence they traded for your voice was peace, that the emptiness they traded for your fullness was freedom. The photo on their screen tells a different story. The photo shows what freedom actually looks like. It looks like you. It looks like a person who no longer has to shrink to keep someone else comfortable. It looks like a person whose energy is no longer being drained by the vampire of inconsistency. It looks like a person who has been fed by their own self-respect and is now visibly nourished by it. And the contrast between your thriving and their own current state is what is making their body revolt, because they are not thriving. They are surviving. They are existing in the hollow they carved out when they removed you from their life, and they have been filling that hollow with noise, with distraction, with substitutes, with substances, with the constant frantic motion of someone who is running from a truth they do not want to face. The truth that they had something real, something rare, something that does not come back. And they threw it away because they were too blind, too arrogant, too emotionally lazy to maintain it. The shiver escalates. Their jaw clenches. They pick up the phone again, unable to stop themselves. And this time they scroll. They look for more photos, more evidence, more data to either confirm or deny the devastating thesis that is forming in their mind. I lost the best thing that ever happened to me. They find another photo, you with friends, you in a space that looks like success, you wearing something that fits not just your body but your new frequency, you laughing, not the polite laugh you used to offer them when they were being mediocre, a real laugh, a belly laugh, a laugh that comes from a place they never had access to because they never earned it. They never made you laugh like that. They made you anxious. They made you wait. They made you question. And now someone else or something else, your work, your purpose, your own magnificent company, is eliciting from you a joy that they could not touch. And the shiver becomes a tremor, a full body earthquake of envy and grief and lust and regret, so mixed together that they cannot separate the emotions. They want you back. They want to destroy the photo. They want to be the one standing next to you. They want to call you. They want to forget you. They want to go back in time. They want to die. All of these wants hit simultaneously, and the phone drops from their hand, and they double over because the physical body cannot process the emotional magnitude of what they are finally feeling. They are feeling your absence as a presence. That is the paradox that is breaking them. Your absence has become the loudest thing in their life. It sits in their car during traffic. It stands in their shower. It shares their bed. It eats across from them at restaurants where they take dates who cannot fill the space you left. And now, seeing your face in high resolution, in color, in the undeniable reality of your current happiness, the absence has become animate. It has become a creature that breathes down their neck and whispers, "You chose this. You asked for this. You walked away from the sun, and now you are complaining about the cold." I am seeing their next moves, Virgo. I am seeing them with the clarity of a security camera that has been rolling since the moment they first saw your photo. They are going to try to reach out. The shiver will not let them sleep. It will not let them eat. It will not let them focus on work or on their new partner or on the carefully constructed narrative of their own contentment. The shiver demands action. It demands a response to the stimulus of your image. And their first response will be denial. They will tell themselves that they are just checking in, that they are being friendly, that they are mature enough to maintain a connection. They will draft a message casual at first. "Hey, saw your photo. You look good." Then they will delete it because it feels too revealing. They will draft another. "Been thinking about you." Delete. "Too vulnerable." Another. "I miss you." Delete. "Too true." They will settle on something ambiguous, something that puts the ball in your court without exposing the full extent of their collapse. Something like, "Hope you're well." and they will stare at the send button for an hour, thumb trembling, heart racing, the shivers still vibrating in their lower back before they finally press it. And when they press it, Virgo, you will feel it. You will feel the disturbance in your field. Your phone will buzz, and you will look at the name, and you will not feel what they expect you to feel. You will not feel the old rush. You will not feel the old hope. You will feel the shiver, their shiver transmitted through the digital ether like a virus they are trying to infect you with. You will feel their cold, their regret, their desperation disguised as casualness. And you will have a choice that will determine the next chapter of your life. You can respond. You can let them in. You can allow their cold to enter your warm house and watch it fog up the windows you spent months cleaning. Or you can let the message sit. You can let it glow on your screen until the battery dies. You can let their shiver be theirs alone. You do not have to catch it. You are immune now. But before that message arrives, there is more to the story of their breakdown. Because the photo did not just trigger regret, it triggered a cascade of memories that their ego had carefully suppressed. They are remembering now the specific texture of your skin, the particular cadence of your voice when you were excited about something, the way you organized their chaos without making them feel small, the way you saw their potential before they saw it themselves, the way you stayed when everyone else would have left, the way you believed in them with a faith that was almost religious in its intensity. They are remembering the mornings you made them coffee exactly how they liked it, the nights you listened to their fears without turning them into ammunition, the way you defended them to people who did not understand them, the way you held their hand in public when they were insecure, the way you looked at them, Virgo, with eyes that saw not just who they were, but who they could become. And they are remembering what they gave you in return: lies, silence, absence, excuses, the slow, grinding diminishment of your light because your light made them aware of their own dimness. And the memory of what they gave versus what they received is making them nauseous. Literally. Their stomach is churning. They are going to vomit, or they have already vomited, because the body is expelling the toxicity of their own actions now that the photo has forced the memory into the bloodstream. They are comparing, Virgo, that is the engine of their torture. They are holding your photo up against the face of whoever they are with now, or whoever they have been with since you, or the empty pillow if they are alone. And the comparison is not favorable. The new person is quieter, yes, but also emptier. The new person is less demanding, yes, but also less devoted. The new person does not see them, not the way you saw them. The new person does not challenge them to grow. The new person does not hold them accountable. The new person does not love them with the kind of precision that feels like being fully mapped. They traded a topographer for a tourist. They traded a surgeon for a passerby. And now they are bleeding out from a wound they did not even know they had until your photo reminded them of what healing looks like. The shiver returns every time they blink. Your image is burned into the visual cortex. They try to watch a video to distract themselves. They try to read. They try to call a friend. But your face is superimposed on everything. The friend's voice sounds like yours. The video's protagonist has your eyes. The book's words arrange themselves into sentences you once said to them. You have hijacked their perception, not through witchcraft, not through manipulation, through the simple, devastating power of being unforgettable. You are living rent-free in their mind, And the rent they used to pay in your heart was never enough to begin with. Now the debt has come due, and the interest is their sanity. They are going to look for you in person, Virgo. The photo will not be enough. The digital image is too contained, too manageable, too easy to dismiss as a performance. They will need to see you in 3 dimensions. They will need to verify that the glow is not a filter, that the peace is not a pose, that the absence of their presence in your life has not destroyed you but has actually completed you. They will engineer a run-in. They will visit places you used to frequent. They will ask mutual acquaintances about your schedule. They will drive past your home or your workplace or your favorite coffee shop with a desperation that would be pathetic if it were not so karmically precise. And when they see you, when they finally stand in your actual field, they will shiver again, harder, because the photo was a preview. The reality is the main event, and the reality of you fully inhabited, fully empowered, fully absent of their influence is going to be the most beautiful and terrifying thing they have ever witnessed. You will not see them at first. You will be busy. You will be moving through your life with the focus that is your birthright. But your peripheral vision will catch something, a shadow, a familiar posture, a face that has gone pale. And when you turn, when your eyes meet theirs across the distance they created, you will not shiver, you will not flinch, you will not feel the old pull, you will feel warm, because your warmth is no longer something they can affect. It is self-sourced, it is independent, it is the climate of a life they are no longer invited to inhabit. And your calm, your absolute devastating calm in the face of their chaos will be the final nail. They will know in that moment that the shiver was not a fluke, it was a prophecy of their own irrelevance in the story you are now telling. They will try to speak, the words will stumble out, something about how good you look, something about how they have been thinking about you, something about how they made a mistake. And you will listen with the patience of someone who has already heard everything they have to say in the silence they left behind. You will not need to respond with anger. You will not need to respond at all. Your silence will be the response. Your continued movement through your day will be the response. The way you turn back to your conversation, your work, your coffee, your life, without letting their presence derail you, that will be the response. And it will echo in their bones louder than any scream. The photo will remain on their phone. They will not delete it. They will torture themselves with it daily. They will zoom into the pixels looking for evidence that you are still theirs in some way. They will save it. They will screenshot it. They will look at it before they sleep. And upon waking, it will become their rosary, their punishment, their shrine. And every time they look, the shiver will return, because the photo is not just an image, it is a mirror that shows them not who you are, but who they failed to become. It shows them the life they could have had if they had been brave enough to love you properly. It shows them the warmth they traded for temporary comfort. It shows them the future they burned down for the brief, stupid thrill of feeling superior. And mirrors do not lie, especially not the mirrors that the universe holds up to the faces of those who have wronged its favorites. Virgo, you need to know that this shiver is not the end of their karma. It is the beginning. The photo was the opening scene. The shiver was the inciting incident. The full reckoning is still unfolding. They are going to lose things, not because you are taking them, not because you are casting spells or wishing ill, but because their own system is rejecting the life they built on the assumption that you were replaceable. Their work will suffer, their health will falter, their relationships will crack, their sleep will remain broken, their appetite will vanish, they will become a walking haunting, a shell animated by the memory of your warmth, unable to generate their own heat because they never learned how. They depended on you for light, and now that you have withdrawn your sun, they are freezing in the dark they chose. And you? You are going to keep living. You are going to keep posting photos that shatter the illusions of everyone who underestimated you. You are going to keep glowing with the specific, irreplaceable, meticulously cultivated radiance of a Virgo who has done the work, who has sorted the trauma, who has organized the grief, who has filed away the past undercompleted and moved into a present that is spacious enough for the future you deserve. You are going to keep being the reason that certain people cannot sleep at night, not because you are trying to punish them, but because your existence is the evidence of their failure. And evidence does not negotiate. Evidence simply sits in the courtroom of karma and waits for the verdict. The shiver is their verdict. It is the gavel falling. It is the body's admission that the soul has already been found guilty, guilty of blindness, guilty of arrogance, guilty of throwing away the rarest connection they will ever know because they were too lazy to maintain it. And the sentence is life. Life without you. Life with the memory of your photo vibrating in their nervous system like a tuning fork struck against the edge of their own stupidity. Life with the knowledge that they will never again touch what they so carelessly released. Let them shiver. Let them shake. Let them wake in the cold of their own making and reach for blankets that cannot warm them because the only warmth they ever truly felt was yours, and yours is no longer available. Let them scroll through your images until their thumbs cramp and their eyes burn. Let them memorize the curve of your smile until it becomes a torture device they operate against themselves. Let them feel, in every cell of their unworthy body, the exact temperature of a loss so total that it redefines their entire understanding of what love costs. You are not responsible for their shiver. You are not responsible for their regret. You are not responsible for the mirror that the universe has placed in front of them. You are only responsible for continuing to be the person in that photo, the person who thrives, the person who glows, the person who exists beyond the reach of anyone who ever tried to diminish her. Keep taking the photos, keep living the life, keep being the storm that they never learned to weather and now cannot escape. The screen goes dark in their room. The shiver subsides into a permanent, low-grade tremor that will become their new baseline. They will not sleep tonight. They will not sleep tomorrow. They will carry your image like a stone in their chest until they either learn to grow around it or are crushed by its weight. That is not your concern. Your concern is the light. Your concern is the warmth. Your concern is the next frame, the next moment, the next level of a life that requires no filter to be blinding. Let the cold ones shiver. You have a fire to tend, and it burns only for you now.